what poses a problem and what doesn't pose a problem. Doing duties doesn't pose a problem, actions don't pose a problem, living a normal life doesn't pose a problem. What poses problems is the mind getting mechanically occupied. Dwelling on objects is a problem. Why should dwelling on objects be a problem? Because it's occupied. I can't use my mind for what I want. I can't use my mind to do something deliberately. I can't use my mind to do what I want to do. I can't use my mind to do what I want to do. I can't use my mind to think what I want to think. I can't use my mind to study what I want to study because it is already mechanically occupied. Mechanicalness hampers deliberation. Deliberations. Mechanicalness comes in the way of deliberation. And all achievements are made in life only through deliberate right effort. Mechanicalness can't achieve anything. Being mechanical, that doesn't achieve anything. It is just really killing time. Therefore, mechanicalness comes in the way of deliberate efforts. And deliberate efforts means deliberate right efforts. I can't do something good deliberately if my mind is already mechanically preoccupied. Therefore, it is necessary for a human being to tackle this mechanicalness in the mind. This mechanical means it goes on remembering, whether you like it or not, thinking about something of the past, mechanically thinking of some events of the past, mechanically thinking or imagining certain things, mechanically daydreaming about the future, either mechanically daydream about the future or mechanically remember all that happened in the past. It is all mechanical. I don't plan it. I don't program it. It just goes on. It is one of those impulses. This is called mental wandering. It is the mechanicalness that's otherwise called the restlessness of the mind. It's the mechanicalness. I am not able to contain that mechanicalness. When I can't contain that mechanicalness, then I feel helpless. I am not able to contain my mechanicalness. I can't really stop my mind going into the past. I can't stop my mind daydreaming about the future. I can't stop my mind from daydreaming. I can't stop my mind from going into the past. I can't put my mind to good use. I'm not able to use my mind for what I want. I can't pick up a book and read. And by the time I read one verse, एक अच्छा थोड़ा चाय बना दो. This is what happens in all life. One can't use his mind for something constructive for longer than a few minutes. If it is a very entertaining movie, then you are glued to it. If it is something to be understood, switch off it. This is too profound for me. This is too boring. पता नहीं क्या क्या है. If it is something very easy, without any effort, some jokes or some entertainment, then you say enjoy it. This is the problem. That means I am not able to use my mind for something good, to learn something, or even I am not able to use my mind even to be peaceful, to break from the past and to break from the future, just to be in the present. I am not able to use my mind even to break from the past. If the mind I have to use my own mind to break from the past and the future also. I have to use my reason. And when I can't, I feel helpless. This is helplessness. When I can't use, like you see, I have hands but I can't use. That's called helplessness. I told you in the last class. Helplessness is not something short of things. Short of things, supposing you are short of money, somebody can give you money. I told you, you can borrow it from the bank. The easiest thing. Just before the elections, borrow money. And when the next election comes, before the elections, they write off the debts. You must know exactly when to take money, so that all the just write off. Therefore, if I am short of money, somebody can give me. If I don't have a house, somebody can help me. But suppose if I have hands, I can't use them. That is called helplessness. This is real helplessness. I have feet, but I can't use them. That is helplessness. What is the difference? I have a mind, but I can't use it. I tell you, this is much more bigger helplessness. I can't use my mind to help myself. And I have to help myself through my mind, through my thinking, through my reasoning, through my resolve, through my faculties. And if I can't use my mind to help myself, I feel helpless. Why am I not able to use my mind? Because it is already occupied, mechanicalness. Mechanical. Right from childhood, this man is born with a mind that is mechanically either in the past or in the future. Imagining all the time, daydreaming or imagining, is lost. Is lost in the past, is lost in imagination. And therefore, what should one do? Bhagavan Krishna says, Etani sarvani sanyamya. Tani sarvani sanyamya. Tani sarvani means all those. Sarvani means all. Tani sarvani means all those senses, meaning all those imaginations. The taste for things, the daydreams about things, the imaginations about things, a lot of superstitions in life. Sanyamya. You try to control them. Sanyamana means controlling. When Bhagavan says, having controlled all of them, it means Bhagavan understands that they can be controlled. Yes. Supposing it is not possible to control all of them, Bhagavan doesn't give an advice, control them. Control all of them means what? Well, Bhagavan understands the possibility that one can control. That is why Tani Sarvani Sanyamya, having control. And one's well-being lies in controlling one's mental imaginations, mental suspicions, mental daydreams, mental vindictiveness, mental hatred, mental anger, mental jealousy. These are all things. These are all called chronically present rubbish. Yes. Chronically present. Not yesterday. For janam se basa hua. This is the problem. These are all, we inherit the tendencies. These tendencies for getting lost in the past and the future, getting lost in impulses, getting lost in daydreams, getting lost in imagination, is all getting lost. It is something that we inherit from life to life. This is a timeless problem. It's not a problem that began yesterday. In fact, understand, anything that begins at a given time will go apne aap at another given time. I am telling you something fantastic, very important, very useful, and listen to it very carefully. What begins at a given moment will go. A problem that begins. All mobiles, please switch off. Mobile switch off. Unless you switch off the mobiles, class gets disturbed. What is there to know? Any problem that is born at a given time will go at another time. You don't have to make great effort. Apne aap, if you don't make an effort also it will go. What is born in time will go in time. But this problem, the mind getting lost in the past or lost in daydreams or getting lost in fears, it's all lost in fearing about life, getting lost in impulses, getting lost in attachment, getting lost in hatred for others, getting lost. That mind getting lost, that mechanicalness is not a problem that is born in time, that it will go in time. In fact, it is anadi, means it's not an event in time, it presupposes self-ignorance. And therefore, as long as I don't use my will to stem it, as long as I don't use my wisdom to contain it, unless I contain it, it is not going to be contained. Unless I control it, it is not going to come under control. Unless I use my own knowledge, it is not going to be stemmed. Therefore, the self-effort, that's why Bhagavan says, Tani sarvani sanyamya. You can control and try to control your mind. Controlling mind means, I am going to define, please understand this. Controlling mind means controlling your ways of thinking. Bas. Controlling the wrong ways of thinking. My sister should not have more than I have. This is a wrong way of thinking. If it is there, these are not important in life. Who has more and who has less is not should not be the priority in life. That I don't think that is the priority in life. If the older brother has a little more, I don't think that's a big problem. Somebody is being little taller than you, I don't think that's a big problem. You don't have to develop some kind of complex. Oh, he's few inches taller and I am a bonsai and he's tall. All that, why think about like that? This is not a priority in life. Everybody has got some prarabdham anyway. Everybody is born with a prarabdham. Everybody is born with a prarabdham. Everybody brings some prarabdham, so one has to accept that prarabdham. What is priority? In fact, where we can help ourselves, it's not that really by minding, others being taller than you. It's not just, minding others being richer than you, minding others being more good looking than you. This minding all the time, minding others being better than you, that I don't think that has anything to give us. Unless it only makes us unhappy. Therefore, it doesn't matter at all. These things don't count. These comparisons don't count in life. This is the first thing that is to be discovered in life. Comparisons don't count. If somebody is taller than you, I don't think it matters much. It matters anything. If somebody has a little more money, I don't think that matters much. Understand this language, understand this point. If somebody has really, if your cousins have a little more money, I don't think that matters. Discover that it doesn't matter at all. What matters is that what you are thinking in your mind. You follow right thinking. Right thinking gives you much more than extra money. Supposing, instead of minding your friend having more money than you have, instead of minding it, You accept it, it's okay, it is his right to have more money. It is his right to have, it is in his destiny to have more money, and I have less money. I don't think really more money is meant for sharir, it is meant for survival. Less money, as long as I got something for survival, it's okay. Thus, you don't, not to mind is the right thinking. To mind is wrong thinking. Not to mind is the right. Not minding gives you more happiness than minding. Minding is mental impurity. Not minding is mental purity. And the moment you mind your friend having more money, then you can never enjoy friendship with him. You can never feel free with him. You can never bank on him. And if you don't feel comfortable, you can't even call him and ask me a cup of tea. Even if this is a step for a formality, even if he comes and sits with you, you don't enjoy. What a loss, see. What a loss. He is your friend, but you are not able to enjoy his company. He is your parent, but you are not able to enjoy their company because they think, they have still a lot of money, they haven't given out everything. They haven't given out. They haven't put all their signatures in the proper places. You see, they haven't put the signatures. That means what? You are unhappy with them. Therefore, even though you are sitting with them, you are not enjoying. Not being able to enjoy. Is it a gain or a loss? It's a loss. In fact, we are constantly losers in life. We are constantly losers. Because our mind, we are not thinking on the right lines. That is why Bhagavan says, Tani sarvani sanyamya. Control your mind means control your ways of thinking. I want you to repeat this. Controlling mind does not mean just being quiet. Controlling one's mind means controlling the ways of thinking. Controlling the lines of thinking. Controlling the ways of thinking is mental control, not just being quiet. Quietude helps us much less than correctness in thinking. How long can you be quiet? Alright, if you take shelter under quietude, how long can you be quiet? You have to talk to people, you have to live with people. Mere quietude doesn't help you because you have to break your silence anyway. You have to open your eyes. How long can you keep your eyes? How long can you keep your eyes quiet? How long can you keep your eyes closed anyway? You have to live with people. Even sannyasis have to live with others. Sannyasi can't go and then, get lost in a cave. That's not possible. Interaction with God's creation, you can't evade. You can't evade interaction with God's creation. And when we interact with God's creation, when we interact with people, what can make us happy is right thinking, right attitudes. Thus, controlling our ways of thinking, rectifying our ways of thinking, rectifying our attitudes, rectifying our inner values, rectifying our outlook is what is called controlling mind. Control is not just, forcefully controlling. It is rectifying. A soiled cloth, how do you rectify it? Control a soiled cloth. What is controlling the soiled cloth? The cloth is soiled. Then what do you do with it? Wash it. There is nothing else. Similarly, when the ways of thinking, if one's ways of thinking are all soiled, if they are all soiled, if they are all questionable, then what should I do? Wash them. Correct them, rectify them. I have to say to myself, what am I doing? What am I doing? I have to say to myself, what am I doing? Is it what I should be? Is it the way I should be treating my parents? Is it the way I should be treating my bahu? Is it the way I should be thinking of my friend? Is it the way I should be thinking about my neighbor? Is it the way I should be thinking about my husband? Is it the way I should be thinking about our country, our people, or any human being? Is it the way? Thus, I have to be critical of myself. These all comes under Tani Sarvani Sanyamya. I have completed the first phrase. Now Bhagavan says, Yuktaha Asita. Then Yuktaha. Once you have rectify your ways of thinking, you become Yuktaha. Means what? You become qualified for relaxing and thinking. This is called Yukta, means proper. You become qualified for any education, you become qualified. You become mentally peaceful. Therefore, mental peace born of mental rectification. Mental peace born of rectifying one's thinking can last. Enforced mental peace doesn't last. Enforcing tranquility. It's like closing your eyes and then just being quiet. You force. You are enforcing the closure of eyes. You are forcefully closing your eyes and forcefully closing your memory and trying to be quiet in front of. But how long? You can't enforce mental peace. What did I say? You can't enforce mental peace. Neither you can enforce mental peace on others. You can't enforce on others, nor can you enforce mental peace on yourself. You can't push serenity down others' throat or down your own throat. Shanti is already there. I have to only rectify mine. I can't bypass rectification and expect Shanti. The price that I have to pay for peace is self-correction. You better note it down. Ruthless law. This law is ruthless. Without self-correction, I can't enjoy Shanti. The law is ruthless. The law is ruthless. It is not that, there can be, it is possible also that you can be peaceful without self-correction. No. You can be rich without self-correction. You can get objects without self-correction. You can get objects without self-correction. You can get money without self-correction. You can put on weight without self-correction. You can put on weight without self-correction. You can fall sick without self-correction. You can wage a war without self. You can get anything in this world, but you can't become peaceful without. And therefore, before you ask the question, how to become peaceful, understand, there is a price to be paid. That price is in the form of growth. That price is in the form of self-correction. All that Bhagavad Gita teaches is, don't look for peace without self-correction. You can't. It's not some by jadoo. It's not, you can't. There is no magic that can work mental peace. There is no magic that can work mental peace without self-correction. And therefore Bhagavan Krishna here says, you become peaceful yuktaha as a result of making self-corrections. Yukta. And then Bhagavan says, asita, relax. Be relaxed in life. Keep doing your duties. When you are peaceful, you are relaxed. Relaxation is not really just, lying down in Shavasana. That is not relaxation. You can be working and also cheerfully working. When you are running, you can be cheerfully running. You are happily. Inwardly, you are peaceful and running. Peacefully working. Peacefully cooking. Peacefully serving. Peacefully doing everything. Peacefully living your life. Relaxation is no way. Relaxation is not a posture. Understand? Relaxation is not one of the postures like lie down. That is also relaxation. I am not questioning it. But that's a temporary, it's an exercise. That is different. That is an exercise taught by yogis. But the relaxation that Krishna is talking is much profounder than a given asana, a physical posture, lying down with hands down and like this. And then somebody comes and tells you how to put your feet and where to put your hands and how to put your head. This is called Shavasana. Shavasana means what? Just as though you lie down like a person who is dead. Shava means. They even say, if you have to be literally like Shava, then stop breathing. Shava means what? Stop breathing. It means what? Breathe slowly. Don't breathe very heavily. Slow. Take slow. Breathe in slowly. Breathe out slowly. This is called Shavasana. This is an exercise. This is also relaxation. It's very useful. But what Krishna is telling, when your mind is peaceful, sitting you are relaxed, walking you are relaxed, working you are relaxed, doing everything you are relaxed. Relaxation is another word for mental peace. And mental peace you can't but have it when you rectify your ways of thinking. And then Bhagavan says, Mat paraha, relaxedly make me the goal. Mat means me. Paraha, be dedicated to understanding the self. Be dedicated to me. When Krishna says, means be dedicated to understanding me. And when Krishna says, be dedicated to understanding me, he means be dedicated to understanding the me in everyone, the self. Because there is the me, the I. It is Bhagavan in the form of the I. It is the truth. When Bhagavan says me, he doesn't mean me as different from others. The me in every mind. The me means the seer, the subject. And therefore, rectify your ways of thinking, discover your mental peace, and take up and do your duties, live a normal life, and also make understanding yourself as the purpose of life. Mat paraha, be dedicated to self-knowledge. Vashehi yasyendriyani, the next line. You see, these words are very beautiful. Vashe, in control. He, indeed. He, yasya, whose, indriyani, the senses, the mind, the ways of thinking. Tasya prajna pratishtita, his wisdom is clear. The man who is in control of his ways of thinking, the one who is in control of his mind. And I have already told, to be in control of one's mind means to be in control of one's ways of thinking. Meaning what? I don't become mechanical in thinking, I become deliberate in thinking. What is mechanical? All mechanical thinking is wrong thinking. You cannot mechanically be good. In order to be good, you have to be deliberate. To be violent, you have to be mechanical. To be hateful, mechanical. To feel jealous, mechanical. But not to be jealous, you have to be deliberate. You are not listening. In order not to be jealous, you have to be deliberate. In order not to hate others, you have to be deliberate. In order not to be angry, you are mechanically not angry. In order not to be angry, you have to be deliberate. Therefore, the one who The one who is in control of his ways of thinking. The one who doesn't allow in himself the mechanical ways. Such a person, the one who is in control of his ways of thinking, and therefore who is peaceful, and therefore who is also clear about the self, tasya prajna, his knowledge, his clarity, pratishtita, is indeed, is firm. His wisdom is firm. His knowledge is firm. His clarity is firm. By which clarity he is in control of his ways of thinking, and by which clarity he is in control of himself, and when he is deliberate in all his ways of thinking, and his deliberate ways of thinking only bless him and others. Whenever you are deliberate, not mechanical, the prasadam reaches many people. If the head of the family is deliberate, not mechanical, he blesses his whole family. Are you able to follow? Any member of the family, if he is not mechanical, deliberate, then he is good to others, he is kind to others, he is responsible to others, he is helpful to others, he is good to others, and therefore his being good is good only to him or to others also. A good human being is good not only for him, he is good for the whole world, whole creation. A good human being is good not only for him but everybody. Similarly, a bad person, a person who is mechanical, he nags not only himself but also everybody. It's like, fragrance pervades, even stink pervades, I'm telling you. Stink pervades. Stink harms everybody. Fragrance also helps everybody. In fact, what you are, it doesn't get confined to yourself. Because what I am, it not only tells on me, it tells on others. If I am good, it's not only good for me, good for others. When I am bad, it's not only bad for me, bad for others. Therefore, I have a duty to be more responsible. Everybody has a duty to be more responsible. Because everybody sets an example for us. Because we are all in touch with one another. We are all really indivisible. It is not really one lives in creation, another lives outside creation. In fact, there is no such a thing called division. We are all together. We are all interconnected. Therefore, when I am good, it pervades to others. The effects pervade to others. And when I am violent, it pervades to others. Therefore, what I do matters. And therefore, I have to be more responsible. I have to be more responsible. That is why here Bhagavan says, a person who is in control of his ways of thinking is peaceful, is more responsible, and he is a wise man. He is a wise man, he is a clear man. Don't use wise in some mystical sense. A clear person. This verse is over. We go to the next verse. Before you say, Swamiji, enough about this verse, please go to the next verse. In fact, one can go on talking about this verse because there is so much in it. Anyway, now the next verse, in the previous verse we saw one thing. Dwelling. Supposing that brahmachari helped that girl, okay? That brahmachari helped that girl, saved her life, left her there and went away. What is the problem in that? What is the problem in that? You go to office, you do your duty, you come back and you switch your mind to something else. What is the problem? The problem comes only when I can't switch off. I'm going to talk. These are beautiful verses. I'll take a little time and also please have patience because Don't expect me to run through the verse. You know, we have to observe one thing. Our capacity to switch on and switch off is enormous. What did I say? Our capacity to switch on our mind and switch off is enormous. It is just that we don't use it. We have enormous capacity to begin a topic, stop it, begin another topic, switch on, switch off, switch on, switch off, switch on, switch off. We do have this capacity and we should just use it. We should give it a direction, proper direction. It's like, one has the feet. He should use them and go for a walk so that he can tone up his health. He must discover first he has feet. It will take a few days. Takes some time, takes a long time to discover that he has feet too. Otherwise, he used to just sit in the drawing room, almost concluding he has no feet at all, to go out and take a walk and come back. I say, discover that you have feet and use them to go for a walk so that you remain, at least you are in good health. Go, walk, use the feet. All the time repeating, my foot, my foot, my foot. All the time people are repeating. You say anything, anybody says something, my foot. Hey, if you have a foot, you better use your feet. All the time saying he doesn't want to listen. Therefore he says, my foot. It's wrong. It's a bad code. It is asishtachar. Asishtachar means it's against the codes of conduct. Using wrong language is against the codes. Such language is permitted only in the parliament. It's not permissible in our day-to-day life because this is not parliament. And therefore, it is always better to use the right language. You can say what you want to say using the right language. For everything you don't have to say. But anyway, just as one has to use one's feet to go for a walk, there lies the wisdom. And similarly, one has to discover one's potential, one's capacity. When you meet your father, you switch on your role as the son. The moment you see your father, you become a son. The moment you see your wife, you become a husband. The son, switch off. Husband, switch on. And when you see your friend, the son, switch off. Husband, switch off. And the friend, switch on. We are so fast and so prompt in switching off and switching on. That means we do have the capacity. We have to use that capacity. I go to office and be in the office and work. When I am in office, I should be in office and work. And when I leave office, switch off. And when you come back home and be a husband. Don't continue to be a boss at home also. This is the problem. This is what is called really overlapping of roles. This overlapping of roles creates confusions. There is a hangover of the boss at home also. Why? Because it's not yet switched off. And therefore he talks to his wife also like a boss. But then really she's your wife. She goes into the kitchen and you know what she comes out with. He will come out of the kitchen with the bela. Comes out with the bela. This is all. There are lot of strains in relationships because of the overlapping of roles. There is no switching properly off of the roles. I am a boss, then I am a boss in every situation I become a boss. While talking to my wife, I am a boss. I am talking to the children, I am a boss. I am talking to my friend, I am a boss. In fact, you can't be a friend to a boss. He can't be a friend also. Why? Because even when he talks to a friend, he is a boss. Like a Swami, you see. I say a Swami also while teaching, all right, you are a Swami, but once you are off the class, you are like anybody else, human being. You can enjoy company with others when you cease to be a Swami and then be just like anybody else. If you want to carry the pedestal also, in the class all right, while talking all right, people give you some pedestal and use the pedestal, and afterwards you should get off the pedestal. And you carry the pedestal also outside, and while talking to a man on the street as though you are a big Swami, they will say, I don't care who you are. I don't care. Therefore, we stop enjoying our relationship with others. We can't enjoy the company with anybody because we carry only one role. If I am a boss, I am a boss in every situation. If I am a teacher, I am a teacher in every situation. If I am a businessman, I am a businessman in every situation. This is what is called mechanicalness. Is not being deliberate. I should deliberately switch off and on. I should deliberately switch off a given role, switch on it. And this is what Bhagavan says here. Hey, you have a capacity to switch off and switch on enormously. Like that Brahmachari, he helped the person, left her and switched off. And then went to Gangotri. Whereas the other person went on carrying her in his mind. Look at him, what he did. My God, vagara, vagara. This is all bad. He is confused. Similarly, you are thinking of, the shortcomings of your friend or your neighbor. The shortcomings of your sister-in-law, you're all the time dwelling on, oh, she's like this, she's like that, she's like... You are wasting your time. What do you get out of it? Therefore, you are not able to switch your mind off from that topic. I just mechanically keep commenting on somebody. If two people sit together, what do they talk? Are they being deliberate or being mechanical? Mechanical. They are being mechanical. Unless we cut this mechanical thing, we can't use our mind for something profound in life. And Bhagavan says here, do you know this mechanicalness, what it can do? It can do a lot of damage to you. Mechanicalness can do a lot of damage to you. And do you know what is the damage? In what terms? You will not be able to enjoy living. Thus. And what more damage do you want? What more damage do you want? You can't enjoy being alive. You can't enjoy your company with others. You can't enjoy anything in life. You are suffering existence. You are not enjoying existence. Patani maut kab aayega. This is called a great enjoyment of life. Patani maut kab aayega. Bhagavan, Lord Yama says, that is not your department, that is my department. Why are you thinking about your death? That is my topic. You leave that to me. You better enjoy your life rather than thinking about death. And therefore, suffering life is the result of absolute mechanicalness of the mind. Suffering life. Life is to be lived and enjoyed because Life is not merely for achieving something material. Life is really to be lived to understand there is something, some glorious truth about us to understand. That should be the purpose of living. You see, the glorious destiny, the glorious purpose of a wave is, the wave as long as it is alive, it has a grand purpose, and that is to discover that it is the ocean. That it is not a given non-eternal fleeting form, but it is the substance of, it is water, and as water, that is the substance of all waves. In fact, that is the substance of the whole ocean. Can there be a grander purpose for the wave? Can there be a grander, destination for the wave? Can there be a grander destination? Similarly, for a human being, there can't be a grander destination, grander purpose than discovering himself as the very truth of the unnegatable truth of the whole existence. That is why Krishna is teaching so much. The whole Shastra is so profound because it's telling man, hey, what you can achieve in life is something enormous. That's yourself. And if you don't stop this mechanicalness and don't rectify your ways of thinking and don't live for the right purpose, then that mechanicalness can cause damage to you, and the damage is in the form of, instead of enjoying life, you will be suffering life. You will be suffering, dragging, suffering. How is that? Bhagavan says the next verse. These two verses are very good. All verses are good, but you can memorize this. Now read this. Dhyayato vishayan punsaha Sangasteshu pajayate Sangat sanjayate kamaha Kamat krodho vijayate. We will begin it. Dhyayataha. There is a word called dhyanam. Dhyanam means, it is not some, a passing, a fleeting thought. Suppose you think of something, for a fleeting second. That's not called dhyana. If you go on thinking about it again and again and again, that is called dhyana. Thinking about something, an object, for a fleeting second is not called dhyana. But you dwell on it. Go on, you close your eyes and think of something, your children, you think of them, or you think of your money, or you think of your business, or you think of someone for whom you have affection. Then you go on thinking about that person or an object. This thinking, this dwelling on and on, thinking on and on is called dhyana. This is dwelling, endlessly dwelling on things. Bhagavan says, this dhyanam on the objects, dhyayataha. When does one think about an object? Either I must have seen it or I must have heard about it. Now you have registered this point. You can't dwell on something which you have never seen. You can't dwell on something which you have never heard about. Suppose you have never seen, you don't dwell on it. If you have never heard about it, you don't dwell upon it. If you have never seen it, you won't dwell on it. What you have already seen is drishta. What you have heard about is anushravika, shuta, heard. In technical language, anushravika. Somewhere I have heard. Maybe from the people, from somebody I heard it. Or from the scripture I heard it. Somewhere I have heard it. I don't know where I heard it, but then it has come to my ears. Oh, there is something very nice which you can enjoy, vagera, vagera. So anything that I have seen or that I have heard, I dwell on it if it enjoys certain attractiveness. Because every object has got its vibhuti. Vibhuti means, it has a certain highlight. Certain objects interest me, certain objects don't interest me. Certain things have, and then what doesn't interest me may interest somebody else. So these objects also have got, certain colors. And then an object becomes interesting to me depending upon my temperament also. But whatever it is, an object has got a certain quality and I have a certain temperament. And in the light of that quality of the object and that my own temperament, well, sometimes it looks very attractive to my eyes and sometimes it looks unattractive. But once it looks attractive to me, then I go on dwelling. I dwell on the object. If I have seen it, and if I have seen it looking attractive, or if I have heard about it, if somebody has given me an attractive description of an object, then also I dwell. This dwelling upon attractive things is what is called dhyana. Clear? Now, all right, what is wrong in dwelling upon objects, Swamiji? ये तो अच्छा लगता है. If you go on dwelling upon something nice, it's nice, Says, no, it's nice, all right, but then it can get you into trouble. Everything that looks nice need not be nice. It's like, angling, people, go for angling. You put some food to the angle and you put it, all these fish people, catchers of fish, those who go for fishing, I have seen in Uttaragaji people, some of the Delhi people come and they go for fishing. I said, what are you doing? You come to Gangaji for fishing? Come to Gangaji for fishing. You must have done a lot of papa. You must have done a lot of papa to come all the way to Ganga to go for fishing. Oh my God. How can you ever think of it? Ganga is something, where you go, after you go to Gangaji and then take a dip and then do something good. Fishing and all that you can do here. You don't have to go all the way to Gangaji to do fishing. And then all right, for the eyes of the fish looks at the angle. Okay? How does it look? Tempting or untempting? For the eyes of the fish, that thing, that food that the angle carries is tempting. But behind that temptation is the hook. Behind that attractiveness is the hook. A human being is hooked by the objects which look. The moment you develop attachment to it, you are already hooked. You are already hooked. Yes. Bhagavan Krishna says, just because things look attractive, don't develop emotions for them. Use them if they are useful, otherwise don't develop attachments. Don't develop attachments. This is going to be the topic. This is going to take a long time. We'll do it aram se in the next class. The classes will continue till 9th of this month. And then we will have some kind of that usual annual vacation. And then we'll come back on July the 1st. 1st of July. It happens to be Wednesday. And then these 2 months, as usual, every year, these 2 months, everybody is off. Everybody is off. Everybody has to go. Okay? Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti